This is the most walkable neighborhood in all of Salt Lake City. Welcome to Daybreak. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can get the latest information about what's going on here in Salt Lake City. Whether you're thinking about moving here or relocating in 5 days or 5 months, feel free to reach out to us. Our contact information is in the description below. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us a DM. We'd love to help you make that smooth move to Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm excited to share some interesting news about a new development coming soon. Coming in 2025, Daybreak Field at American First Square will open. This state-of-the-art ballpark will seat approximately 6,500 fans and feature modern premium spaces, including field-level VIP suites at home plate with stunning views of the Wasatch Mountains. Stay tuned for more updates on this exciting development. Right now we're in a community called the Island, which is literally an island in the Ochre Lake of Daybreak. So the only way to get here is to cross a bridge. But what's cool about Daybreak, it's a bunch of little mini communities all combined into one that the HOA controls. So for example, right here in the Island, this is probably considered the most exclusive or the most expensive real estate, certainly. And the real estate tends to be a little bit more expensive and a little bit bigger properties. Another example would be like Springhouse Village. It's a 55+ community. All the homes are built single level living. The HOA covers all the front and backyard maintenance. It even has its own clubhouse and its own pool that can only be accessed if you're part of the Springhouse Village. Depending on what you're looking for, you can really find any of it here in Daybreak because you have all these different little sub-communities all built into one. One of the things you'll notice about all these Daybreak communities is just the overall cohesion of how they built the neighborhood. So for example, every house on the street, they all have fences in the front yard, but all the fences are like hip height, right? You don't see any 6-foot tall fences. That's because the HOA has very specific, we'll say, rules about what you can actually do with your property. So whether it's specific types of plants that you can do or specific type of fencing, you're not going to see a bunch of crazy different architecture. There's very specific types of architectural designs, even color choices of the exterior, or types of plants you can have, or types of fencing. It basically allows a community to all look like it's all tied together. All right, the convenience of living in Daybreak is definitely unmatched. There are a ton of different, grocery stores and restaurants and commercial space that's kind of scattered throughout the different communities, so you really don't have to walk very far at all. We're on the north side of the lake right now, and just to name off some of the businesses behind me, you obviously have the Harmon's grocery store. So, most people brag that they're a short drive away from the grocery store. Well, you're literally a walking distance from your house in this case. And of course, Harmon's is one of everyone's favorite grocery stores. You also have a Just Burgers, Tonic Method, which is like a Pilates studio, Hot Works, which is a yoga studio, a barber shop called Jed's, Sukahani Japanese Cuisine. I'm probably mispronouncing that, Ahmad Pizza. So you can see there's not just restaurants around here, there's a lot of lifestyle and sort of convenience factors as well to some of these different shopping centers. I would say if those are things that you really don't care that much about, or you just want the lowest monthly payment possible and you don't want to have to pay an HOA, then Daybreak might not be a good fit for you. You can also argue there's a cultural aspect to it as well. Some people just want a little more privacy. They want a bigger lot size. They don't want to be anywhere near their neighbors. They just want their own space, their own land, and the peace and quiet. Then Daybreak probably does not make sense to move to. Dustin, how long have you lived in Daybreak?
We've been here now for 4 years.
What's your favorite part about living specifically in this community?
My favorite part would probably have to be the access to the lake, being able to walk around it, ride your bike around it.
You guys also live walking distance from the Harmons, which I'm incredibly jealous of. What's your least favorite thing?
Definitely how far it is from the city. We have a lot of friends that live more towards the city, so to drive that 30 minutes can be a headache.
If you could change one rule that the HOA has in place that you don't like, what would it be?
I don't know if there's anything I don't like about the HOA. I've come to find out that even though it is expensive, there's many pros to it. Like, it's well maintained, It's super clean everywhere you go. So there's the pros and cons to it. I don't know if there's a rule I would change.
Two HOAs, right? There's the master HOA,
Yep.
and that's covering all of the major amenities that they have around here, all the pools, all the parks, whatever. And then there's a secondary HOA, right? Because you're in a townhome.
Yep. The subdivision HOA, which for us it includes like there's a little beach down at the end of our street here, so like you have access to that. A few other little things like you can rent kayaks out down there. They're doing the water course, little lazy river thing that they're doing. I know they're doing that there, and I know that they have plans of doing restaurants and other things up that way too. The B stadium's going to be it's not going to be there, but it's going to be closer to there, which I think will be huge as well. And that's going to be done next year?
What have been the biggest changes, if any, since when you moved here until now?
It's definitely grown a lot. For example, the Harmons and all the stuff that you were just at a little bit ago it was a pile of dirt when we moved here. And actually, a lot of the things that are just being built, parks. There's a cool park maybe 3 blocks away from us. So a lot of cool things being built, which makes it just more overall better place to live, enjoy.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for the time. Inside scoop from Dustin, who's actually lived here for 4 years. Thanks for the interview. All right, so interviewed Dustin. You got to hear firsthand about what it's like to actually live here. Now we're going to show you the rest of the community. So if you're asking yourself, would living in Daybreak be a good fit or not a good fit for me, for my family? I think there's a really easy way to kind of ask yourself those questions, if it is or not. So Daybreak is a great fit for the following reasons. If you don't want to just live in a house, but you want to live in a community and you want to be close or friendly with your neighbors, then for sure Daybreak makes sense. If you're also going to take advantage of the things that you're paying for in the HOA. So again, whether it's like all the local parks nearby or the lake, going paddle boarding, or taking advantage of being in really close proximity to the new B stadium that they're building, then for sure it makes sense to live in a community where, yeah, you're going to pay a little bit more in the HOA, but in return, you're going to get all of these extra activities that you and your family can take advantage of. This particular model has, that finished basement, so the full 5,200 square feet is finished. But even if you didn't finish the basement, you could absolutely treat this like a second living room area. TV, couch, kind of a hangout area, or if you have kids, maybe it's a great, space for them to hang out. Let's go check out the two guest bedrooms. Again, I like how they kind of separated the primary bedroom from the rest of the guest bedrooms. These are all really good sized bedrooms. You even have a full walk-in closet. Really nice, especially if you have like siblings, or you have these like 2 bedrooms right next to each other, kind of conveniently located. And then we're gonna walk into the second bedroom on the upstairs level. Again, they're almost identical size. You don't always see that. Sometimes you'll see like one of the guest bedrooms are super tiny and the rest are a normal size. But these are actually all like normal sized guest bedrooms, which is nice. And then conveniently located upstairs, 2 guest bedrooms, you got the loft, and then you do have, your own separate guest bathroom as well. So let's go check that out. More storage space, more sink, another shower tub. They made really good use of the space, even with adding like the built-in shelving, which is really nice. So not just the cabinet space, but you also have, sort of built-in extra storage. Let's go check out the basement. They have a fully finished basement down there with some cool extra features. Let's go check it out. All right, as soon as you walk downstairs into the basement, you'll notice a few things. The first is the height of these ceilings. Always important in a basement, so it doesn't feel like you're in a basement, it feels like regular living space. Follow me into the guest bathroom. For a basement bathroom, this is pretty nice. You've got the dual vanity, another shower and tub, so it's a full 3-bath, 3.5 baths. You have the half bath on the main level, you know, the full bathroom down here in the basement. Storage space all over the place. This is probably the biggest guest bedroom of them all. You have a lot of space down here. Again, every bedroom has a walk-in closet. You don't always see that in new construction. Let's go check out the main living room space and the other 2 guest bedrooms. So you've got this open living room space and 2 additional guest bedrooms. Let's go check those out real quick. So here's guest bedroom number 2 in the basement. Again, these are all like a really good size. I mean, none of these guest bedrooms are small. I know I've said that before, but again, you don't always see that. This is probably the smallest one, and it could still fit a queen or a king-size bed. And then we walk into this huge open area, and you actually have a mother-in-law kitchen down here in the basement, which is becoming more and more prevalent, more common. You'll start to see, I think, a lot more mother-in-law basements in the future, especially with new construction. And what's cool is they kind of did a kitchen with a little dining area. So we're talking a full kitchen, right? It's not just like a sink, it's cabinets, stovetop, an oven, a dishwasher, you know, and a sink with a refrigerator. So this is like its own living quarters. And what's really cool, let's go check out the movie room. So you can't complete a house without a movie room. Great for family entertainment. You know, you have the friends or family come over to watch a movie. Put a little projector right there with the big projector screen or maybe a flat screen TV. They kind of did this little like tiered approach, so you know everyone has a good view of the movie. And of course, you got the kitchen right there for some snacks. You know, maybe you make a dessert or you do some popcorn like you see here. So full functional mother-in-law. You know, maybe you have in-laws staying with you or you have family from visiting out of town. It's kind of nice that they have their own little space down here where they don't really have to go all the way upstairs, you know, just to get a glass of water. They can come right down here to the kitchen. So there you have it. This is the Canterbury, built by Destination Homes. This particular one is the fully finished 5,200 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. So from the parks, the walkability, all the new things that are coming to Daybreak, you can see why this has become a very popular area, why so many people are considering moving to Daybreak. A lot of my friends and family personally live here, and it's a lot of fun to come and explore what Daybreak has to offer. If you have any questions about this area or other suburbs in Salt Lake City, make sure to reach out to us, subscribe to the channel, shoot us a text message or an email, or we can even set up a Zoom call. We would love to help you make that smooth move to Salt Lake City. Thanks for hanging out with me today.